All right, I'm about to say something that a lot of you guys out there believe. Only rich people have perfect credit. Now, that is just false. Perfect credit is strategic, and if you understand the strategy, you can literally manufacture it. So yes, I did say it. I believe you can engineer an 800 plus credit score the same way someone engineers wealth, funding approvals, or even business credit limits. Most people don't believe that, but that's why they stay stuck at that 620 level, watching lenders drag them across the finish line. Inside our community, we don't wait for good credit. We build it, we optimize it, and then we leverage it. I'm Brittney Calloway, and each week I drop new insights around credit, business, and finance, as my job is to turn credit into capital and capital into financial freedom for you. And today I want to talk you through the exact 7-day plan that I use to maintain my own 807 personal credit score, which is just a few points right from being perfect, and the same plan my clients use to jump 40 to 100 points in a matter of weeks. So before I built my funding company, before all the approvals, before even that 0% interest 100K card, I was in the same place a lot of you are at right now and where you guys start out. It's confusing, overwhelming. You're trying to pull up Credit Karma and Experian, just trying to figure out how am I going to get this stuff off my actual credit report? And how will I ever have good credit? And then one day I really sat down and asked myself, what if there really is a real strategy to getting my score to an 800? That question truly changed everything. I started testing things that the gurus were not talking about. I was figuring out reporting dates versus statement dates. I was trying to get optimal utilization ranges. I was trying to figure out when the bureaus actually update the scores. How do actual goodwill letters work to delete any negative history? And just trying to understand how long it really takes to recover from late payments, as well as which monitoring sites are going to give me my closest accuracy to my score. Every time I tested something new, my score jumped. And the biggest hedge moment for me, that moment where people start doubting themselves, came when someone told me, you can't fix credit fast. It's going to take 7 years to now get your credit right. And a lot of people still believe that. And I said, no, watch this. I know that there's got to be a way to make this quicker. And that is where my 7-day system was born from that moment. Now, let's get into the plan. We don't need 6 months to fix your credit. We can take 7 days to take control and then 30 to 90 days to actually change the entire financial trajectory for you and your credit score. Okay, day 1, I want you to extract your data because you cannot optimize what you don't actually measure. So go to annualcreditreport.com. This is the only federally authorized site that's going to give you your Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian score. I want you to print them. I want you to spread them out like CSI files. Grab a highlighter because your job today is to highlight every negative item. Look for mismatches in your name, address, personal information. Circle every late payment. Mark every collection, charge-off, or bankruptcy. Identify every account with a balance, as well as write the statement date next to each revolving account. Why are we doing this? Because most people only look at their credit, they don't actually analyze it. Perfect credit is not about emotion, it's about the data. So that's our first day. Simple, but powerful. Day 2, we're gonna move from data to tracking. Most people are using Credit Karma and they're wondering why their lender score doesn't match. But here's what we actually need. Option A, you can use a monitoring site like FICO if you want the real score that lenders use, mortgage, auto, personal. Also, the one I like, the second option, is my free score. So it isn't free, but it's accurate. I also have a promo code below. I like it because it's in real time and everyone and anyone should at least have one credit monitoring system because you want to always be able to check for identity theft or when new accounts are popping up, you want to see everything in real time. A third option is CreditWise. It's free, it's not perfect, but it does update and catch new accounts and inquiries. So today's task, I want you to pick which primary monitoring site you want to use. You got to turn the alerts on, and I want you to start getting in the habit of tracking your score weekly, as well as screenshotting your scores today so that we can measure the jumps later. Next day, I want us to be focusing on payment history. That is 35% of your score. It is the heaviest category. So today you are doing two things. We are identifying inaccuracies. So really asking ourselves, did we pay this late? Did the bank post my payment after the cutoff? Was it student loans? Is the account in forbearance? Is this even reporting on the wrong month, right? Or did the creditor violate any FCRA by reporting inaccurate data? If anything is inaccurate, we need to now be disputing it in writing. So never do online disputes because they can cap your consumer rights. I want you to actually, and you can use AI to even do this too. So I want you to actually be able to take your actual credit report and you can see which actual credit laws match the inaccuracy so we can now do the actual deletions. And if you do want to do it yourself, I have every template you could have possibly need, right, for any inaccuracy or any negative item on your credit report. So you can go ahead down and click the link below to go ahead and get that guide. That works for auto loans, student loans, credit cards, accounts you've been paying on time since the mistake, anybody, creditors trying to sue you, the whole thing. So examples in there are like writing to the creditor for a goodwill letter, for example, by saying, I went through a hardship, but I am now stable and have maintained perfect payment history for X months. I'm requesting a goodwill adjustment. Some companies may remove these more often than people think. So that's our day. Now, day 3 is also important. So look, if you take nothing else from this video, do not create any new negative data while removing old negative data. That is the worst thing you can do. So today, I really need you to get organized. I want you to put every bill on auto pay, even just paying the minimum payment only. Set 2 calendar reminders around your pay schedule, 1st and 15th. Even if you have to create a credit payment digital folder, I want you to be keeping screenshots of everything you're paying on time. This step alone has saved people hundreds of points over the years just by being more organized. So let's do that. Now, day 4 and 5, utilization is where the fast jump is going to happen. I want you to take every revolving account that you have on your credit report. I want you to write the limit, write out the current balance, add all the limits together, and add all the balances together. Now divide the balance by the limits. This is your utilization percentage. Now let's look at how lenders view that. If you have utilization over 50%, that's in the danger zone. 30% is acceptable, 10% is when it's really optimized, and 1 to 3% is elite borrowing profile where the banks love to lend to you and give you the higher limits. So your job today is to identify how far are you from each threshold. And we need to be creating a timeline to get under 50%, then under 30%, then to 10. I need you to also stop using your credit cards as much until you're really under that 10%. This is the biggest section where you can engineer your score. I also have a debt snowball method below to help as well. So day 6. This is the cheat code that nobody teaches. Sometimes you don't need to pay balances down. You need to pull the limits up. You can call every credit card company that you have and ask for a soft pull credit limit increase. Many banks will approve them instantly. If your limit goes from $5,000 to $8,000, your utilization is going to drop without paying a single dollar. But this is important. You cannot use the new limit, right, to now start spending. This is a numbers strategy, not a free shopping spree, right? We're building leverage, not liability. Now, on day 7, we're going to learn. You can't magically just age your profile, but you can leverage someone else's to help you get there. So I want you to get added as an authorized user. Only choose someone who has 5+ years of credit history, has perfect payment history, has low utilization, because this can now boost your payment history, your utilization, and your length of a creditor. But you have to choose this person carefully because their mistakes will become your mistakes if you let them. So we want to be looking for people who have great credit, right? That has good revolving accounts, credit cards. And we also want to make sure that you're looking at yourself around any installment accounts and loans. If you lack any installment accounts on your actual profile, you might want to consider a credit builder like Self. I have some in the link below, or a secured loan, or even a small personal loan that you pay off over the next 6 to 12 months. Just do not take on any debt that you can't manage, because remember, this is for strategic plays only. Now, inquiries do matter on your credit report, but they're kind of the least of our worries and only temporary. But your rules around this are do not apply for anything random. And you can dispute any unauthorized inquiries or ones that are not attached to any open accounts on the personal side. Let the rest of the inquiries age off naturally. That last 10% is where patience is going to win. So if you follow this 7-day plan, you will absolutely see your score move. We've seen clients jump from 40 points in about 30 days, 70 in 45, and sometimes even 100 points in 60 to 90 days. This is not luck, this is leverage, and this is the Wealthy Lab way to do it. And now that you know how to build perfect personal credit, I want you to make sure you watch my next video so you learn the best day to pull your credit bill, which will also increase your overall score. See you there.